and the Junior Board of Directors is proud to support Faribault Community Television.
This is Gary at KFC in Faribault, Minnesota here. I'm a proud sponsor of FCTV.
Hello everyone, thanks for watching Faribault Community Television. For the month of November, we once again go to Ace Hardware. So Catherine and I thank you for having us in here. It's a transition month. We're talking about maybe winter time, but Christmas time, a lot of things going on here at Ace.
It is, yes. November is always a busy kind of transitioning from fall to winter month. We've got all the supplies for cleaning up your yard for the fall and also to get ready for the snow that's probably coming.
You got a lot of grills going on, so we're thinking Christmas gifts, the green egg, we've got Weber grills. We've got a lot of things going on and cooking and
yep, always, yes, always a good gift.
We want to think about paint. This is also, we have some months left or some days left to get some painting things done, cleanup done, and we're in front of Hallmark. We've got a lot of things going on.
Yes, yes there are. And actually we just brought on a new line of paint of Benjamin Moore.
Okay.
So we've got that here now for...
We invite people to stop in because it's changed a lot.
It has, it has, yes.
Stop in here at Ace Hardware.
Hi, my name is Greg Payne with United Investment Group. We're building a monument of trust through education and communication for our community. And we're here with FCTV for our November financial topic. And we're going to talk about what is a mutual fund or an exchange traded fund. So kind of before we get into my list of things here, I want to just kind of give us a backdrop or a history on mutual funds and kind of the stock market in general here. So, you know, today with all of the different advertisements that we see on television and the internet with how quickly you can trade stocks and bonds and mutual funds and exchange traded funds and different things and day trading and timing the market, you know, the stock market was really never really meant to be that. What it was is it was built as a way for the public to be able to participate in investing in a company. So let's take, for example, XL Energy, which we would all know from this area. And if this is a small energy company years and years ago, in order for them to grow and to provide electricity or gas or, you know, solar nowadays or wind or all these things that they're getting into, they need capital. So they needed the public to invest in the company in order for them to have the money to grow out their infrastructure and for them to become, you know, not just a city or a county or a state, but even a regional electricity or energy company, a utility company. And so back in the day, that's how people used to do it. In fact, it started years and years ago where, you know, brokers or stockbrokers would sell stocks individually door to door to door, and people wouldn't pay attention even to the daily prices of it. It may be once a quarter or once every 6 months because you didn't have the ticker tape running on the TV like you see it today. And they would invest in a company for the long haul. So during that time, you started to have more and more companies go public, where they were asking the public investor that had savings, rather than put it into the bank or into a bond, that you would invest and become a shareholder in a stock or a publicly traded company. And so there started to become a lot of these publicly traded companies. And so then there was a couple of, two names for sure that started say, what if I want to get a group of stocks together? So I kind of went through what an individual stock is there, okay? But a mutual fund is more a basket of stocks or bonds or a group of stocks or bonds. So rather than having one stock or buying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 stocks and building your own portfolio of stocks, what American funds and what MFS, I think it was Massachusetts Funds, I can't remember the exact name of it, back in the 30s, I believe this dates to, they decided we're going to build a product called a mutual fund, and we're going to put a basket of stocks in it, and then the company is going to choose which stocks go in, how much they buy of them or sell of them, and the investor is simply going to own the mutual fund. Okay? And so MFS brought the first mutual fund. American Funds was right behind it. I'm pretty certain it was within a month or two. And now we had these mutual funds. And mutual funds have been around for years and years and years before exchange-traded funds came in. And I'll drop in on that in a little bit here. But what they started out with, beginning as just a group of stocks, no particular investment style. It was really based upon what the mutual fund company and the managers of that mutual fund decided that they were going to invest their clients' monies into. Then we transitioned into large cap, mid cap, small cap, foreign. There's even emerging markets, or there is individual country mutual funds. There's mutual funds that only deal with utilities, financials, technology, healthcare. There's 30,000 plus mutual funds that we can access as a United States investor pretty much at the tip of our fingers now. Okay? There's also growth versus value. So a growth example would be someone like a company like a Facebook or like a Netflix, where they're just trying to grow. Every single dollar that they make, they're putting back into their company, okay? And they're reinvesting to try to grow market share. Now, a value company might be one like an Xcel Energy, or like a John Deere, or like a Chevron, where they've been around for many years. They've grown a ton, and now they have a sustained business. Their stock price might be down a little bit, and so they're a company of value. It's a good value buy because the stock may be down, and people may think that that stock is going to go up. So there's growth mutual funds, there's value mutual funds, there's large cap growth, large cap value, mid cap growth, mid cap value, so on and so forth. And all of these different categories are all coming under these 30,000 different mutual funds out there. So it's really a huge industry with billions and billions and trillions of dollars inside of it, and still a very good way to invest. I might just plug my company, United Investment Group, now, our company here at First United Bank, and say, we do a ton of business on this, and if you have accounts with mutual funds in it and you don't quite know, who is your mutual fund from? Is it a large cap, a mid cap, a small cap? How do I put together a portfolio to determine if my funds are good or bad, or if I have the proper percentages of my money in each different fund? Boy, we're a great resource for you. So typically the mutual funds have a name that starts with the fund that founded the company. So American Funds, Fundamental Investor, or American Funds Growth Fund of America, or Vanguard Large Cap Growth, or T. Rowe Price Blue Chip Growth. There's, like I said, 30,000 plus of these. And then they usually put in there something to do with the large cap, the mid cap, the growth, the value, or if it's a sector fund, they'll put utilities in the name or financials in the name. And that's how you get kind of a read at, just a feel for, okay, what is that? Where does that fund typically invest their money? Then all of these funds have an expense ratio. So what they're doing is the mutual fund company, because of their expertise in managing money, and for them to buy and sell and market and sustain their fund, they charge the investor an annual expense ratio. So it's a very important topic that you should know. If you own a mutual fund, you should understand what your expense ratio is. Another one here is I use this program called Morningstar, and they're one of a few really good mutual fund, stock, and bond analyst firms. They don't build their own mutual funds, but they give you a lot of good information on how to rate a mutual fund and what are the characteristics that it should possess. And so I use this program a ton. So let's go on to exchange traded funds real quick, because these haven't been around nearly as long as mutual funds. I want to say back about 10 or 15 years that they've been around. So mutual funds, they trade at the end of the day. So if you call your financial advisor and you say, you know, I'd like to sell $1,000 of my mutual fund, and I would like for you to maybe transfer that out to my checking account. So the financial advisor would put the order in to sell that mutual fund, and it would sell at the end of the day, so 3 o'clock Central Time in our region. And then that mutual fund would reconcile overnight, understand that you sold $1,000. It would take a couple of days for that mutual fund trade to settle, and eventually that cash would show up in your account and then go out to your checking account. Okay? Now, an exchange traded fund was created so that the transaction could happen during market hours. So that is the major difference between an exchange traded fund and a mutual fund. All of these characteristics would blanket both the mutual fund and the exchange traded fund. They would both be a basket of individual stocks or a basket of individual bonds built in a large cap, mid cap, small cap, sector fund, growth versus value type of a setting. But the major difference, and a lot of people just call these ETFs for short. And they've become a very popular product. Their expense ratios kind of vary, but typically tend to be a little bit less. Most of them are in the passive investing style versus actively managing. But they're very good products out there. So anyhow, I do a lot of business in this area, and I thought it would just be an informative episode for November for people to kind of chew on a little bit. And if they wanted to have, you know, some more individual consulting on this, then you guys could call me up at First United Bank and United Investment Group, and I would certainly sit down with you and give you an analysis of what you have going inside of maybe your individual account or your Roth or your IRA or something like that. So again, my name is Greg Payne with United Investment Group. We're building a monument of trust through education and communication to our community. And I thank you for tuning in for this month's November's month of our financial topic.
Hello Faribault, Nort Johnson here with your Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to share a few things, bits of news from the Chamber, and then some information about some events coming up in November. First of all, I'm proud to announce that our Main Street organization, which consists of an economic restructuring committee for the downtown, just in cooperation with the Faribault EDA, made awards totaling over $21,000 to 6 small businesses in our beautiful downtown district, helping them maintain and grow their businesses. We're really proud of that program, and these grants went for infrastructure and new product development. So we're really happy that we get to play a role in helping our downtown grow and stay strong. A couple of other things. Also very proud of our Agriculture Committee. So yesterday and the day before, our Ag Committee was out delivering meals to farmers as they were out doing their fall work, and we delivered 150 meals. Thanks to our partners who were in the field, Dan Pumper, Kelly Watts, Bart Jackson, and I'm probably missing somebody. I was actually out of town on a conference, but those are the ones I saw for sure, along with Cassie from our staff. Really well received. Just a big thank you. As you know, Faribault's economy is truly agriculture in a grand part, and we're proud of that, and we're happy to be able to go out and give a big thank you to some of our farmers. So thanks to all those folks for helping out. Coming up, November, Shop Small Saturday is on November 30th, and our Chamber of Commerce will be out getting different bags and different treats ready for our businesses that are open on Saturday. Please look for all that information. Look at our Facebook site, and also check out the Faribault Main Street Facebook site. As you know, we have a lot of small businesses downtown as well as throughout Faribault. So Shop Small Saturday. Shop local, keep our businesses open, keeps our communities strong. And this year is our third year for Winterfest, our third year of a lighted parade. It'll be the second year of Winterfest with fireworks in the downtown district, and we're also having a street dance this year. So on Thursday, December 5th, we kick off Winterfest, and that will include our annual window decorating contest. Santa will be at the community center. We'll have the horse-drawn wagon rides throughout the downtown as well. We'll do an ice carving again this year. So come on down, enjoy all the hospitality, vote for your favorite businesses' window decorations, and enjoy our beautiful downtown in our awesome town of Faribault. Friday and Saturday, the Alexander Faribault House from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. That's Friday, December 6th, and Saturday, December 7th, from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, free tours. This is a great historic structure, the first frame-built structure in the entire area, and it still exists in Faribault, the original location. So come on down and enjoy that. And then again, Saturday, this vintage snowmobile show. Last year it was just a ton of fun. We're going to be having that again. That'll be in the 400 block. The Parade of Lights will start at 5:30. Now, if you're interested, and this can be your work group, it can be your neighborhood group, it can be your family or your business, enter the parade. It's just a blast. Floats of all sizes are more than welcome. Find something to light up, make it fun, get your winter costumes and your Christmas costumes on, and come on down and join that parade. It'll be just a gas again this year. And then also, in the 400 block, we're going to be set up for a street dance. We're hardy Minnesotans, we can handle an outdoor street dance. So this year we're going to make that happen. That'll also be in the 400 block. In case of bad weather, last year it was too wintry for our Winterfest on the first go. So we're setting the alternative date already. And that alternative date will be December 14th in case things don't work out on the 7th. But either way, it's going to be just a blast. So for more information on these and more events, visit the Faribault Chamber website. Troy will put that up. Also, we've got a great Facebook page that you can check out. Both the Chamber, Downtown, and Tourism Facebook pages, and he'll put those up as well. Thanks a bunch, Faribault, for all your support. Have a great week.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic. Thanks for joining us. So today, what I want to do is make an assumption. I'm going to make an assumption that you have a cataract. And I'm going to make an assumption that you understand what a cataract is. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to walk you through, if you have a cataract, how do you decide that you're ready for cataract surgery? And to do that, you'll notice I have two different colored markers. So we're going to draw. First of all, let's make the assumption that you do in fact have a cataract. What is the very next question that you should be asking yourself? And that question is, very simply, is the cataract affecting your vision, or is your vision still good? And if you are happy with your vision, this makes it really easy. no surgery. If you're happy with your vision, you do not have to fix your cataract. Remember the analogy that a cataract surgery is like a dirty windshield in your car. But if it's not dirty enough for you to notice it, then it's probably not dirty enough to bother cleaning it. Now, let's jump over to the other side here, and let's say that you are in fact affected by your vision. You're not happy with it. You may have glare at night. You may have trouble with reading. Whatever your particular problem is, but you have decided that yes, you're having trouble with your vision. That means that you should have cataract surgery. And that's how you make your vision better. Now, with cataract surgery, we have some decisions that we ask you to make. And what I want to do is walk you through what are some of the questions that you should ask yourself and how do you answer these questions. First of all, if you say, hey, I like glasses, I wear glasses, I can't imagine myself without glasses, or if you say cataract surgery with new glasses, fine. Then what you're really looking at is standard surgery. Standard surgery plus glasses leads to the best vision you can get. Okay? But what if you say, yes, I would like cataract surgery to see better, but I would like to reduce my glasses requirement. That means when you're done, you don't want to be as dependent on glasses as you have been. That's a viable option as well. And when we think about this, we now have a new way to think about it. I want you to think about not what technology is out there. What are the different lens implants? Let me worry about what the technology is. Tell me where you want to be. Do you want to have what we refer to as comprehensive vision? That is, I want the best vision I can have, distance, intermediate, and reading. Okay, without glasses. This is 96 to 98% glasses free. It requires a multifocal lens implant, and it may cause some halos around lights at night. Now, what's the statistic on the halos? 96 to 98% resolve. But there is that chance, 2 to 4%, that you might have some halos. Now, statistically, it's interesting. Survey those 2 to 4%, and they would say, I'll keep my halos. I do not want this lens implant removed. What that means is they don't want to give up the good versatility, full range of vision that they have during the day. Now, what if you're a little concerned about halos and you say, I don't know if I want that? So I got another option for you. We call this one blended. Blended vision. What's the difference between comprehensive and blended vision? The difference is no multifocal. That means no halos. So the way we do this is we have one eye that's a little bit better for distance. We have one eye that's a little bit better for reading. Now it isn't reading in close at this range. It's reading more like your computer, your dashboard. If you're in the store, it's store shelves. Okay? So it isn't right up close. So it isn't the full range of vision that you get with comprehensive. But blended vision does not use that multifocal implant, and it's the multifocal implant that gives the halos. So in good daytime, you're going to have good distance vision, you're going to have arm's length intermediate, and some people will get some reading, typically in this range, most people will. 50% of people with blended vision don't use glasses for driving or for distance at all. You may need some glasses for reading fine print. So we're going to reduce your dependency on reading glasses by 50% and on distance glasses by a lot. So it works. It is not the full range of vision that comprehensive gives you, but it eliminates that risk of halos at night. Now, some people say, well, I don't know if I want this. Well, that leads to our other option, which is simply a variation of blended vision. And instead of one eye focused distance and one eye kind of at the computer, both eyes are distance. We call that best distance vision or best night. But there's a problem. And the problem is now you need readers. And you're going to need probably glasses to see your computer. Some people with best distance vision or best night vision have a little struggle with the dashboard. Okay? But it is both eyes together for distance. It's the best distance vision, overall vision that we can give you for far away. And in reality, this is how we were originally made. Most of us who haven't needed glasses till we got to bifocal age have good distance vision, just need the bifocals to see to read. So we have, for those people who say, I want to reduce my requirement or my need for glasses with cataract surgery, comprehensive vision is the most versatile overall vision we can give you. Drawback halos. If you're worried about halos, blended vision is sort of our next most versatile. It's going to give you good distance. It's going to give you vision like to your computer screen. You're going to need a little help with reading the fine print, but it reduces the risk of halos. Now, you're also not as independent of glasses. Some people with blended vision prefer glasses for driving at night. It's the same pair that they use when they need them to read. They do about 75 to 80% of their normal activities without glasses. Some people say, well, I don't want the halos and I'm really worried about blended, so we just do our best distance vision or best night vision, that is both eyes, distance, and we need reading glasses. Now here's the other key. All of these require that we correct any astigmatism. And again, don't worry about what it is. Astigmatism, very simply, is that your cornea, the front surface of your eye, has an oval shape instead of being spherical. So as I do the cataract surgery, I need to correct your astigmatism, and I can do that a multitude of ways. If you get to that point, we'll talk about it, because then I can make it specific to you. Okay, so I appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope this wasn't too convoluted and that it makes good sense for you. And I want to wish you the best as you think about your cataracts.
Hi everyone, I'm Diana, and I'm a fourth-year pharmacy student at the University of Minnesota. I'm here in Faribault doing my community rotation with Hy-Vee, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how to take care of yourself while through the holiday season, especially if you have diabetes. So if you don't know what diabetes is, it's a disease where your blood sugar is high because your pancreas isn't making a hormone called insulin. And insulin will usually help the sugar that you get from your food get into your cells to be used for energy. So the reason why we kind of want to control our sugar is because that can help slow down the progression of things like eye, nerve, and kidney damage. So the first thing that you can do to better yourself this holiday season is to watch what you eat and to exercise more. So foods that are high in simple carbohydrates can actually raise your blood sugar quicker. So kind of being cognizant of how much you're eating and what you're eating is an important step in taking care of yourself. So if you're not sure of how many carbohydrates are actually in your food, you can turn the food over and look at that label and see. Another thing you can do is to actually switch from regular soda to diet soda or to actually drink more water. So now that the holidays are approaching, that doesn't mean you can't eat what's been made. So it just means you have to be more aware of what you're eating and how much you're eating. So try filling your plate with half of different colored veggies, a quarter of lean meat, and then a quarter of a carbohydrate to keep a balanced meal. So we also can't forget dessert. So the temptation to have another piece of cookie or another slice of pie is definitely there. So what you can do is to actually eat half of it now to help that craving, and then save the other half for later. And the last way that you can help yourself through this holiday season is to actually start exercising a little bit. So it's recommended that people get about 150 minutes of exercise throughout the week, and it can be of moderate intensity. And even if you don't exercise now, one way you can get started is by standing up a little bit more and walking around a bit. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you found this helpful. Thanks.
We're back with Catherine Donahue at Ace Hardware, and Catherine, we're standing by snowblowers, and there's a chance that November might bring us some white stuff.
Probably a pretty good chance, yeah.
People from last year you said, thinking about it already, and you've moved a few of these out.
Yeah, after the winter we had last year, people have kind of been planning ahead and thinking about what their needs are for snow removal this winter, just in case.
Just in case.
Yep.
So we're talking snow blowers, Husqvarna, very good brand. Shovels, ice melt is things we all need for November.
Exactly, yes.
So people stop in. One thing we were talking about before we started here was feeding the birds yet. We still have a lot of birds around. Bird seed, let's figure out how we take care of our feathered friends.
Yeah, we have a lot of different categories, I guess, of bird seed. We have suets and feeders, and yeah, enough to keep them fed well during the winter.
We do stop for them because they're looking for something just to sustain themselves through the winter time. So we want to take care of them.
Take care of the birds.
Snowblowers, we want to talk about snowblowers. Sizes, we've got medium to large. It look like we can handle a lot of snow.
Yep, we have multiple sizes of them, different features on each one. So
when they come in by a snowblower, you can gas them up and deliver them. You can get them all ready to go.
Yep, we would deliver them for you.
So we're going to do a grilling. Maybe we're doing outside yet. We're going to blow some snow, Christmas stuff. A lot of things going on here.
There are a lot of things.
So we hope you stop in. It's changed a lot here at the store. Stop in here at Ace Hardware.
Welcome to the Rice County Historical Society. My name is Amanda Roberts and I'm the curator here. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about a grant project that we've been working on. Several months ago I told you about the CAP grant we had, the Collections Assessment for Preservation, that was funded by IMLS and the FAIC. As part of that grant, we had a couple assessors come down for 2 days and look at all of our collections and what we were doing with collections care and give us a list of recommendations. One of our short-term recommendations that we are expected to complete within the next 12 to 24 months was to get an environmental monitoring system. And that's what I'm holding here in my hands today. So this environmental monitoring system was funded through a legacy grant. This is a historical and cultural heritage grant administered by the Minnesota Historical Society and funded by the 2008 Legacy Amendment. So this device, we have about 34 of these. These are temperature and humidity monitors that I'm going to be placing around the museum, the Alexander Faribault House, and our greater campus, including the church, the school, the log cabin, and Harvest and Heritage Hall. These devices are actually very fancy USB sticks. So this will record data. We're going to set it up to record a temperature and a humidity reading every 30 minutes, which gives it enough space to record about a year's worth of data. This can then be plugged into a computer, and the data can be downloaded and shown as a chart or a graph in order to help us monitor temperature and humidity, and especially the amount of fluctuation that we see in any given space throughout the course of the year. This device is called a data pad, and it's very special because it helps us make this more easily usable for ourselves, the staff, and volunteers. I can take this around to all of our sites and plug the device in and download data to this, and then plug this into the computer, which makes it a lot easier to quickly gather data without accidentally losing any of it, or a long delay between taking data and replacing the device, so that we have a continuous data collection. So this device in particular is going to be going inside of our general store exhibit to be one of 4 monitors we're going to place here in the gallery to monitor temperature and humidity. This one in specific is going in the general store because this is an enclosed space, and we want to know what's going on with our enclosed Main Street exhibit. I'm now going to be placing this monitor on one of our lower shelves here in the exhibit to hide it from visitors, but also so that it'll be easily accessible for staff so we can come and check on it and download the data. As part of our application process for this grant, I drew up some maps of where these were going to go in both the museum and in the Faribault House. This is the map for the museum, and you can see here this is the gallery. And this right here, DL for data logger, is in the general store, and this is the logger we just placed. This is the map for the lower floor of the Alexander Faribault House. We have an event there coming up in a month or so, which I'll tell you about a little later, where you can see this for yourself. But here in the dining room and then in the parlor, we'll be placing a couple data loggers. And then in the upstairs, both in the hall with the staircase and in the back museum space, where we have some objects from various Faribault businesses. This logger has now been physically labeled on the outside with AFH Hall, standing for Alexander Faribault House Hall. This is the one that will go in the upper hall. This is to make sure that in case something happens, or even now for our initial placement of these, we can keep track of which physical monitor is going in which place. All right, so this monitor is going to sit in here for about 3 to 6 months, at which point we'll go in there, we'll gather more data, and we will continue to gather data into the future for several years in order to see kind of what our environment looks like in this exhibit case. In museums, we care about temperature and humidity for a couple reasons. The biggest reason is for the protection and the health of the objects themselves. Extreme temperature and humidity, but especially rapid fluctuations in temperature and humidity, is very bad for different materials of objects. You have wood objects which require very specific temperature and humidity controls. Metal objects have slightly different variations. So we need to create an environment that works for all of our objects. But especially when you get those fluctuations, that can cause breakdown in materials. You especially see that in things like feathers, bone, and kind of horn, because it can kind of become dilapidated and separate. You see that in wood. You see materials that are splitting. You see some rot and deterioration. You see that in paper when it becomes very brittle. So we want to track temperature and humidity, and especially looking for fluctuations, high peaks and low valleys. How rapidly is our temperature and our humidity changing, so that we know what we have to do in the future to maintain these objects in perpetuity, because we are caring for them in the public trust. And we want to make sure that these objects survive as long as possible. So we'll be taking this data and we'll be using that in our future grant projects, because we can then provide charts to granting organizations such as the Minnesota Legacy Program or other agencies, federal agencies, private foundations, to say, look, this is what our data looks like, this is what our environment looks like, and this is why we need your help to improve it for the care of our objects. We do have a couple events coming up I just wanted to let you know about. The first weekend in December, looking at that Friday, Saturday, the 6th and the 7th, we have our 13th annual Faribault House Open House. So this is going to be on Friday from 4 to 7, and then on Saturday from 10 to 3, and that is free and open to the public. You're welcome to stop on by to the Faribault House and take a look. So we're the Rice County Historical Society. Once again, we are located at 1814 2nd Avenue Northwest in Faribault, just on the east side of the fairgrounds. You can find us online at www.rchistory.org or give us a call at 507-332-2121. Rice County Historical Society, preserving the past for future generations.
It's Molly here at Riverbend Nature Center, enjoying the last of our fall days. In November, we have a lot of exciting programs coming up. We have on Saturday, November 2nd, our Bagels and Birds program, where you can come on out and enjoy bagels and coffee and view birds at our Windows on the Wild viewing area. On Monday, November 4th, we have our Schools Out Adventure Days. So those are day camps when school is not in session. Both Faribault and Owatonna have the day off. So kids can come on out for camp and have some fun activities here at Riverbend. We also have Schools Out Adventure Days scheduled in December over winter break. So make sure you check those out as well. We have Pay What You Can scholarships available. So if you're unable to afford the cost of camp, you can apply for scholarships. On Friday, November 8th, we have our Homeschool Science Day. We have two programs. In the morning, we have Decomposition Expedition, so learning about decomposing materials and who helps materials and plant matter decompose over time. In the afternoon, we have our survival program, so you can learn how to build shelters and make fires to keep warm in survival situations. On Saturday, November 9th, we have two programs. Both are free for the public. In the morning at 10 a.m., we have Hike and Hygge with a naturalist. You can come on out and hike the trails, look at different signs of fall with the naturalist. And then in the afternoon, we have our Stewardship Day, where you can come on out and help us pull buckthorn around our Honor Point loop. On Wednesday, November 20th, we have our monthly Lunch and Learn program. And this month it's What's in a Spice Cake. So you'll learn all about the historic and natural origins of the different spices that make up spice cakes. Make sure to come check it out. On Saturday, November 23rd, we have a drop-in class of paper making holiday cards. So come on out and learn how to make recycled paper cards and have some fun with us here at Riverbend, getting ready for the holidays. So come on out this fall and enjoy the weather. Check out all of our programs at rbnc.org. Thanks.
It's me, Miss Denny, your favorite children's librarian. I'm here in the library's teen area, or the young adult area, about to tell you everything happening at the library for youth and families in November. Wow, November. Goodness. Well, story time will still be going on. That meets on Tuesday nights at 6:30 and Wednesday and Thursday mornings at 10:30. We meet in the children's area of the library for stories, songs, and lots of fun. Storytime is meant for children from birth through age 6 with an actively participating adult caregiver. However, everyone is welcome at Storytime and no registration is required. There will not be Storytime on Tuesday, November 5th, because that is Election Day. And there also will not be Storytime on Thursday, November 28th, which is Thanksgiving. The library will be closed on Thanksgiving. We're just not allowed to have programs on Election Day. So the library will still be open, but no story time. Story time, again, is Tuesday nights at 6:30 and Wednesday and Thursday mornings at 10:30. Hope to see you there. Books and Brownies is our book club for youth in grades 2 through 5, so 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We meet once a month during the school year to talk about the books we've chosen to read. From an assigned topic or a genre or just a reading assignment that I've given. And we talk about these books while we eat delicious frosted brownies. I hope you can make it to the November meeting. It's on Monday, November 18th. Starts at 4:30 and lasts until 5:15 approximately. We meet in the youth activity area here at the library. And the November meeting, the reading assignment is to read a mystery of your choice. There are a lot of those, obviously, to choose from. But if you need any help or want a recommendation, please look me up and I'll be sure to help you find a great book to read. So come prepared to discuss the book you read and meet some new friends and eat some yummy brownies. Monday, November 18th. And then Pizza and Pages is our book club that's for older grades, grades 6 through 12, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And we meet once a month as well during the school year. The November meeting for the Pizza and Pages Book Club is on Monday, November 25th. Same time, 4:30 to 5:15. We also meet in the youth activity area. And the reading assignment for November is to read any graphic novel of your choice. There are obviously tons of those to choose from as well. I'm sure you can find a good one, but if you need a recommendation, of course, let me know. I'll be happy to help you find one. So that is Monday, November 25th for Pizza and Pages. Book Buds is our informal reading buddies program, and it's for school-age youth. We match up a younger kid with an older kid for some one-on-one reading time. And it's just for fun. The younger kid can read to or be read to by the older kid, and they can take turns, however they want to do it. It's just for fun. It's a half an hour, 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Thursdays in November, of course. Not on the 28th, as I mentioned before, we're closed for Thanksgiving. But we do meet 3 times in November. Thursdays from 4:30 to 5. So I hope you can make it to Book Buds. You do not have to register. Just stop in and meet a new friend. Our Teen Advisory Board, or TAB as we like to call it, will meet in November as well. TAB is for youth in grades 6 through 12. And we meet once a month to figure out ways to make the library more awesome for youth and their families. And the November meeting is November 4. Now there's no school that day for the Faribault school system. However, the library is still open and the TAB meeting will go on Monday, November 4th from 4:30 to 5 p.m. So if you are a TAB member, I hope to see you there. If you want to be a TAB member, stop in and let me know and I'll get you an application and we will get you set up. If you have any questions or you want some more information on anything I've talked about, if you have a group, a school class, or any other type of youth group that you'd like to bring to the library for a tour, you can contact me to schedule that. I'd love to hear from you. You can email me, call me, stop in the library. Be sure to like us on Facebook. All right, thanks. Take care.
And the Junior Board of Directors is proud to support Faribault Community Television.
This is Gary at KFC in Faribault, Minnesota here. I'm a proud sponsor of FCTV.
Well, that's going to do it for November. November is just a busy month, and we've got some work here. We get some Traeger smokers, we got Weber grills, green eggs. We got a lot of things going here.
Yep, we have grills and all the accessories to go along with them. Cooking fuels, everything.
So Christmas gift, we can think about the holidays that are right around the corner.
Yep, new grill to cook your turkey on.
And you probably deliver too, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We would.
So we're thinking grilling, but we've also got all the accessories right behind us.
We do.
We've got
we do. Yep.
Whatever you need to.
Yep, charcoals and wood pellets, everything.
So we're going to paint. We're going to send Hallmark cards. Mm-hmm. We're going to do grills.
We're going to get rid of snow and leaves.
Look at a lot of
busy
things
fall.
to do before the winter's over here, right?
That's right.
And if you stop in the Aces, you'll find out they change it around a lot, but it's all brand new and they're busy.
Yep.
All right. Stop in and see the good folks at Ace Hardware.